Hey guys, and welcome back to Esther N J. I do hope you are doing very well. In these last few weeks that we have in December, I'm really believing that it has been a very good year for you. And I'm really believing that your 2023 is even going to be better than 2022. In today's video, I want to talk about a couple of things that has been happening recently. So last month I celebrated my birthday, and I just want to say a massive thank you to each and every one of you that has taken out the time to message me, call me, take me out, pray for me, giving gifts. I am so thankful and grateful to you all. Secondly, what I also want to mention, I'm sure you can see by the title that I am now officially engaged, and I'm so thankful for the season that I am in. It is such a phenomenal abundant season. And the reason why I use that word abundance is because I published my 6th book in the summer called Abundant Progress, maximizing the gradual steps of the journey. And one of the reasons I wrote this book, for those who came to the book launch, is specifically to remind us all that abundance is in stages. At times we want to get to the top very quickly. We need to take the time to embrace those gradual steps of the journey, because there are key lessons that you need to learn in the process. In this season of being on cloud 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I don't know what to call it, but all I can say is I just want each and every one of you to understand that timing is everything. And the more you start to embrace that timing is everything, the better you will see yourself flourish and blossom in seasons of waiting. I will now insert a picture from my birthday. And I tell you, that night, the whole weekend was great. From celebrating with one of my dearest friends and sisters, to then being engaged on my birthday, and then going out with my family for dinner. Everything just worked out so well. But I also want this video to teach you about purposeful relationships as well, and to remind each and every one of us that seasons are changing. And I say this with so much joy in my heart, that for those of you who might be feeling like you're hidden, for those who might be feeling like you're not seen, or you've been praying and you've been doing the right things, you've been loving people, you've been loyal, but all you're getting back is just negativity and delay and denial, and you feel like you're in darkness, this video is for you as well. In collaboration with the proposal, I want to also talk about developing and mastering purposeful relationships. So the first one, in order to prepare yourself for being in a relationship that is purposeful, is to develop an intimate relationship with God. Now, I really take this very seriously, because a lot of the times we subconsciously think that we are communicating with God, or we're bringing him into our desires, or we're telling him what we need, but really we're mentally speaking to ourselves, and we're not actually verbalizing what we really desire. But aside from what you desire, you must also understand that God wants fellowship with you. There's something about having that intimate moment with the Lord. And you can say, Father, what is it that you want me to do today? And what do you want to speak to me about? One of the greatest ways to know that you are in the right relationship is determined by your relationship with God. The second one is to believe in the prophecies that are shared with you. 2 Chronicles chapter 20 verse 20 says, have faith in the Lord your God and you will be upheld. Have faith in his prophets and you will be successful. And most times when we hear prophecies, we assume that it's going to happen straight away. Now, I'm sure for those of you who are engaged, or if not even married, you would know that when you heard that prophecy and you thought, yes, I heard the prophecy last year, I'm getting married this year. And at times, it might be the case for some. But for other people, it's not necessarily the case. But regardless of how long the prophecy takes, know that it will come to pass. But you must feed that prophecy with faith. And you must pray over it. The third one is to envision your relationship from the perspective of purpose. So why are you desiring to be in a relationship? Is it because you feel pressured? Maybe you feel like you're older and everyone around you is married and you feel left out. Or it could be that you're seeing people online celebrating and you're thinking that there's something wrong with you because you're not celebrating. I have to remind you that every relationship starts with a purpose. And that purpose is to glorify the Father. When the Lord can grant you someone, it means that he can trust you. And to be trusted is a big responsibility. So really take that seriously. What is your purpose behind wanting to be in a relationship? Is it to prove those who put you down wrong? Is it to show off? Or is it to really say, Father, you've given me my spouse to do life with together. Help us to do it in accordance to your will. And eventually you'll start to see that relationship fall naturally in place for you. Fourth one is knowing what you want in a relationship and being specific. Now, this may seem as if being specific is being selective or picky, but it is not. I really do believe that it is important to know what you want in a relationship and what you want in a potential spouse. You have to be specific with God, and ideally, if it helps, write down all you desire on a piece of paper. However, I'll be speaking about this later on. Be open-minded and be willing to receive the change that God will reveal to you when you give God that list of that specific gentleman, or for the men, that specific woman that you want. Because it's not enough to be specific and have it your way. God knows how to speak through that list to you and remind you that there are other people that God will use to confirm that this is the person for you. The fifth one is to position yourself online and offline. Be visible, don't be hidden. Ruth in the Bible was very visible. She was so visible that she made herself obvious to Boaz. And it's very important that we understand what it is to be visible, not desperate. Be confidently visible. Know your source and know your worth, both online and offline. But the key is to know who you are offline before you start coming online. There's no point of you thinking that you can be confident online and then offline, you just don't know who you are. Know who you are online and offline. Now, this one is a very interesting one because it's something that happens all the time and we are not aloof to it. It's being aware that not everybody is going to be happy for you. There are some people right now who didn't expect you to be engaged, let alone even married. Clearly, when that happens, it's an opportunity for you to pray. Pray fervently. When you can sense in your spirit that there are people that do not want you to be happy, pray that you do not get triggered by them. It's very important also to guard your heart, for out of it flows all the issues of life. So when you think about it, you have to be prepared that there will be critics, there will be people that will pretend to celebrate you, but they don't really like you. And there'll be people who will make it obvious that they don't even want you to succeed. But regardless, don't worry about it because it's your time to shine. I always say this, seasons are changing. And when that breakthrough comes, be prepared that not everybody will celebrate with you. And that's totally fine. The next one is do not be moved by what you see on social media. Being moved by what you see is not operating in faith. You're looking at all these other people that have done it already. And you're thinking, oh, I need to get on that level in order to have an effective wedding. Or I need to get this ring. Social media is only a platform. And it has nothing to do with who you are. So when that stage comes and you feel pressured because you want to show people that you are now engaged, ask yourself, what is the motive? As I mentioned before, what is your purpose behind wanting to be in a relationship? Now, people are understanding the beauty of rest and also the beauty of taking breaks off social media. And I do believe that when you are in a stage of getting engaged or looking to get married, you will need some time away because the whole process is very exciting, but it can also be very overwhelming because you just don't know where to start because of all the excitement that's in your mind. And it's great to have a small team of people that can really remind you that they are there with you. The next one is surround yourself with value-added friends. And I really want to encourage you, for my lovely listeners who are seeking to be in a relationship, be very mindful of the people you have as you are getting higher. Because the people who are around you is a reflection of you. There are good people in this life that the Lord will bring your way to confirm what you've been praying for. Cherish them, hold them tight. But there are other people that have not necessarily been there for you in the past or even at present. And the moment they see that you're engaged, they now want to be your friend. So you have to be very mindful of those who come into your life when you've got good news. The next one is very important, and I really want you to take heed to this. Do not be so selective or picky. What you really need is someone that can grow spiritually with you, that can pray with you, and that is an asset. But I want to remind you, particularly as women, we can be very choosy. Yes, be specific on what you desire, as I mentioned before, but, oh, this guy's too short, I don't want him. She's too tall, I don't want her because I'm short. It has nothing to do with the outward appearance. Don't get me wrong though, it's important to look good, look beautiful, look stunning, but don't allow that to be the determining factor of you wanting to be with that person. Which leads me on to my next point, be open-minded. And being open-minded is allowing the Lord to reveal to you who He has in store for you. Being open-minded gives you the opportunity to learn about the person's character and vice versa. Ask questions, have an open mind, listen attentively to what the person is saying to you. The next one, which is very important, is to pray and fast for clarity and confirmation. Now, before you enter that relationship or before someone pursues you, pray for clarity. Ask God, is this His will for you? Or are you just doing it because you want to fill that void? Is it what God has ordained for you? Very important to seek Him. When you seek clarity, you gain peace. When you seek confirmation, it brings peace. The next one is reminding yourself that mindset matters. Your mind can take you further or it can take you behind. And thinking, oh, I don't have what it takes. No, you are fully capable of being a wife. You are fully capable of being a husband. But what are you saying in your mind? What thoughts are you entertaining? You need to be intentional about what comes in your mind and what comes out of your mouth. The next one is the spouse that you are desiring already sees value in you and will eventually pursue you. So it's not up to you, especially as a woman, to chase. You need to take your time to know that the man that is desiring you has already done his research. That's why I say this a lot. Let your social media profiles be excellent. Nowadays, aside from CVs, your social platforms is your CV. The man that is going to pursue you has already got his eye on you. Men know what they want. And when they know what they want, they will pursue that. So remember, that man is watching you, but he just needs to make sure it's the right time to pursue you. So be expectant. He will come and find you. The next one is don't talk prematurely. At the appointed time, it will all come to fruition. So remember this, that when you are in that season of courting, keep it minimal, keep it humble, keep it private until the Lord says it's time to share. Or even better, when God brings it to pass. Finally, my favorite encouragement and advice is let God write your love story. Allowing the one that created love and the one that is love to write your love story is all you need. And I'm saying this from such a heart of joy and gratitude because God has written the best love story for me. It will always be in His time. So don't doubt the season that you're in. I know it can be discouraging. I know it can be painful. I know it feels like there's something happening. But I'm promising you, seasons are changing now. People who have been hidden for a long time are now being acknowledged and are now being rewarded and are now being celebrated. Remind yourself that being in a relationship is always a part of God's plan for your life, but it has to be for a purpose. For those of you who would like to know more about Abundant Progress, you can also find it on the website on authenticworth.com/books. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I will surely see you in the next one. Take care. Bye.